Hello everyone, welcome back to more Magic the Gathering Arena playing Premier Draft Bloomburrow. What is this? 4 mana 3/3 flash flying. Decent. When it or another bird enters, exile a non-flyer, and then it comes back as a flyer. Pretty strong, I think. Saver's good, but I don't think it's as good as this Swan. I'm going to check Draft Sim just in case like people decided this is a bad card, but I don't think it is. It's a good card. It's not like insane. Interesting. They actually think Saver's quite a bit better than this. Okay, it is a little bit more synergy focused, I guess. I don't know, maybe it's supposed to stay consumed by greed there. It's on the same tier as Saver, I guess. Saver's supposedly a little better. 3 mana 3/4. I mean, green is a good color to be in. This guy was very good in my red-black Lizards deck that I did off camera. Really, really strong to have on turn 2, that's for sure. I mean, I could grab another black card, but I don't really want one. I think I'm going to get this green card just because green is great. Right? Yeah, it says it's okay. Collector's worse. What about this path thing? Worse. Yeah. Oh, Baker's Bane Duo is really good, actually. Isn't it? Yeah. Okay. This is a nice bat card. Obviously, I don't, like, currently have much affinity, but, like, I don't have affinity for anything. I just have Baker's Bane Duo, right? Saver goes in every deck. Is Manadoric any good, I wonder? It's like probably fine. It says fine. Yeah, I agree. Starscape Cleric seems like the right choice. Oh, although there is the banner? Is this, like, it's good in rabbits. Is it good in anything else? Actually, it says it's great as a first pick because it doesn't commit you to anything, I guess. Yeah, I think I'll take this now that I didn't even... Who looks at colorless cards, right? But this fits in everything. And there are some decks where it's great. And it's usually not terrible. Which is why it fits in everything, I suppose. Bonebind Order is pretty good. I think we want the Longstock Brawl, though, right? Cuts off the green. I mean, Saver and Baker's Bane Duo are roughly on par with one another. What is this, by the way? Azure Beastbinder. 2 mana, 1/3. Oh, this guy was so mean in the deck. He's in my Frogs deck, right? Which did okay. And it was basically only because of this card. But, hey, get in my real deck, you sicko. How dare you try to hide from me? Oh, Heaped Harvest. I like that card. And there's nothing else in the pack, so I'll take it. Uncharted Haven is good, but I think it might be nice to have, like, a bat card just in case. I don't know. I've only, like, seen that one bat card, and I passed it, and it isn't coming back around, so why would I be trying to hedge into bats? Good question. Let's just take a Haven. Oh, there's another. But I think Dire Sight's fine. What are you? Enters 3 mana 3/3 rat. I mean, yeah, sure. Brazen Collector this late is a little noteworthy. We could maybe play red-green. I'm not, like, I don't think Dire Sight is... Well, the Surveil is actually kind of good for squirrels to forage, I guess. But, oh god, red-green is just such a bad deck. I don't know. Polywallop? Pick 9? It's a great card in most green decks, whether you have frogs or not. With frogs, it's great. Without frogs, it's like, yeah, pretty solid card. I don't really want any of this. Sure. I think this bell is not terrible. It's fixing, and, you know, it's not exactly draw. I already have 2 of these. I'm not running them both. I already have 1. I'm not running 2. It's obviously not draw. It just replaces itself. But it's one of those things where, like, if you have a spare mana, it's kind of like being able to run a 39-card deck. And obviously you don't always have spare mana, which is why it's not, like, insane. But it's playable sometimes. I think we just pick up this sad little squirrel. Starscape Cleric. Even without bats, if we have, like, food, it's probably okay. And the squirrel could wheel. It probably won't, and I think the squirrel is better for us than the bat, right? I don't know, it's so cheap for a 2-1 flyer. I think we take the bat. Cash Grab is great. Wix Patrol? I think you have to take that first. And Cash Grab could wheel. Probably not, but it could. Put the bell in for now. 3 mana, your bats are better. Squirrels and foods. I mean, I tried that in my last deck, and it was really good sometimes. I think we take this. And then, you know, if I wheel the cultivator, great. Okay, I'm just going to play squirrels like... Hello? Yeah, that's okay. I'll be back in time. I don't know what happened there. Start draft. I'm taking this one. Yeah, I mean, if we get the squirrel back, that would be great. Tree Guard Duo would be good too, but it seems less likely. Skunk is excellent news. Not taking a Pond Prophet over a skunk. Although it is a frog. We have Polywallop. What are you? Bone Cache Overseer. Seems good. 1 mana, 1/1 that, like, anytime you forage, you get to draw a card. Seems great. I mean, it's not exactly what it does, but it's sort of like that. Daggerfang Duo. Stupendous. Okay, I mean, I don't know. Why was my Squirrels deck bad last time? I don't know. So I can't really explain whether it's going to be good or bad this time. I think I want a 2 mana 2/2 here over a 1 mana 1/1. But, I mean, I could be wrong. I could also imagine taking the combat trick there, although I don't think that's right. Also, I guess this goes to the graveyard. Also helps with forage. Also, we have Haven and Bell. We could easily splash something if we open something great. Could even take a Hidden Grotto. But I think another Bone Cache Overseer is too good. Have I missed my chance for the Squirrel to wheel? I haven't. It was in, like... It's coming up in another pick or two. This all sucks. The Corpseberry Squirrel, I mean. The 3-mana 2/3 that gets counters when you forage. I think it was in this pack. Scales of Shale is fine. Even without lizards. Do I have any lizards, by the way? 0 lizards. It's not amazing. It's a bad rate for a combat trick, but it is a heck of a combat trick. +2/+0 and indestructible and lifelink. So you end up swinging a bunch of life and killing their creature when they didn't expect you to. It's better if you can cast it for 1 and all your shit has menace, but it's still playable, I think. I guess a flyer to have some evasive damage is something. I don't think I'm taking this guy. I don't think I'm that excited about Convocation. All these bat cards. I'm not taking part in Gust. I mean, Uncharted Haven's okay. Any of these, I think, are okay. I don't think I want Lunar Convocation. I'll gain life rarely and lose life on my turn very rarely. Do I have any permanents I want to return? I don't think so. I'm just going to grab a combat trick. I don't have very many, and it's nice to have those in green. Ooh, Fabled Passage. Although, what is this? Bad. I think we take Feed the Cycle, though, right? Yeah. I don't seem to need the Fabled Passage. There is this, I guess, but... I mean, yes, I'm sure I have plenty of Squirrels, but, you know, a 2-mana kill spell is hard to pass up. Pass? I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll take this. This is just a rabbit. You gain or lose life. Do I have any bats? I have a few. It could see some play. Again, it's just it's like a flyer, right? And if I get a couple of these bats on the field, this, if you have tokens, is not so bad. And I have foods, although not that many, I think. I think I'd rather just take a Moonrise Cleric, like... do some bat stuff. I've got a couple of bat cards that are going to work well together. Wix Patrol again, just absolute gross. I know there's a Daggerfang duo. That would be a good card, but I'm taking the Wix Patrol. Another bat? Yeah, maybe we're playing like Golgari, Squirrels, and bats? Having multiple of these, they really synergize. If you gain any life, you hit them for a truckload. If you control a token, this is a 3-mana 4/3 trample? Okay. I can try to make some foods. Give me another bat. This one, please. Yeah, it almost seems like bats was the deck I was supposed to be playing. I wound up with a bunch of incidental bats. Sonar Strike, I guess. Actually, Strike Force, if I were splashing something, I think Strike Force would be better. Well, I don't know. I don't think I'm splashing either, but I do have the tools to splash if I wanted to. Got the High Stride back. There was one other decent card in this last pack, right? I guess whatever it was, I'm not getting it. So none of this that I really want to put in. So we can comfortably stay just black and green and cut a few cards. So first of all, what do I have that makes food? You don't make food. You make food. You make food. This is a food. So I have like 3 foods in the whole deck. Okay. What do I have that puts stuff in the graveyard? You. 2 cards. It's gonna be a tough winter for these squirrels. Very difficult to forage. Okay, good to know. So maybe this is not actually very good in this deck. Like we just didn't get there. $16 creatures. I should probably be cutting non-creatures if I can. Oh yeah, I forgot about this thing. I had a chance to get 2 of these, didn't I? There's one in pack 1 that I didn't take, and then I took one in pack 2. Yeah, bats. It looks like bats are the backbone of this squirrel deck. I don't think Druid of the Spade... I mean, well, since I said I have 3 foods in the whole deck, and one of them isn't even a token... Do I have any... How much offspring do I have? I know I have at least 1. 1. Okay, so... Druid of the Spade is actually looking pretty bad. I just don't have enough tokens. I guess I could search for token in case I missed one. Yeah, it really is just these 2 and then the offspring card. Okay. I don't think I really need this Fountain Port Bell. It puts stuff in the graveyard, but it turns out I don't have much synergy for that, so... Oh, Dire Sight surveils. That's true. Do I have anything else that surveils? Okay. Couple other ways to get stuff into the graveyard. Sure. Scales of Shale, maybe I ought to get rid of. I have 2 better combat tricks, sort of. Because they're just so much cheaper. Six bats and 6 squirrels. Also 5 warlocks? That's funny. That makes this patchwork banner noticeably worse, I think. Because I can't use it to buff the whole board, and I'm not going to get a bunch of tokens. So it's an okay mana ramp thing-ish. But the only thing I really want to ramp into is these 2 guys. So I think the banner is out. And I'm at 40 cards. Okay, great. I don't have to look any harder. Oh, what about this Dray Leader? I just don't have very many squirrels. And I have a lot of 3 mana stuff. I'm clicking this 3 times. I don't trust Arena. There's not really anything else I want to put in, though. Okay. Average mana cost 2.7. I don't think I should be cutting a land. Oh man, those Bone Cache Overseers. Not so hot, I think. But, you know, they let you get on the board on turn 1, and... I don't know. They buff the Dray Leader, and I'll forage sometimes. This looks like a rough deck. I don't know. I missed the open lane, I think. If I'd put together a bats deck, I would have been a lot happier. Looking good. I think we're playing Baker's Bane over before this bat, right? Because there's some possibility that I could actually offspring this. Also, being able to block a 1/3 is kind of nice. Oh, this is still in, huh? Okay, fair enough. I forgot. I'll just draw and pass. Counter it if you want, you weirdo. I'm really interested in finding land, and Saber doesn't do anything right now. This, in some ways, is a land, I guess. But I want to make a 4-mana play, don't I? I hate discarding Saber. Huh. Because this is 2 lands, but the problem is it costs me, like, 2 turns. I think I just dump all of this. Keep looking for mana the normal way. You know what's funny? I forgot I was going to draw 2 after that. I thought I was just surveilling. Well, it's a good thing I discarded, because I didn't hit any lands. So it's going to be a long time before I draw a land, I guess is my point. And I'm happy I worked as hard as possible to get to the area of my deck where lands are. Also, Dire Sight all by itself sets up fuel for a forge. Hey! Putting the counter on that one. Okay. Well, it does make it big. I think I want to play this. I don't want to hold open the skunk right now. I'm going to use this combat trick. And then, like, I could attack. It's kind of funny, right? I think I will, actually. They'll let it in. And then this untaps anyway. They won't let it in. Oh my god, it expends and... Oh, it doesn't actually kill anything. Whoops. I thought this was +3/+3. Oh, no. Oh, wait, but it does work, because this gets +1/+1. Yeah, I'm a genius. Yeah, that was why I did all this pre-combat, for the expend. I knew that. Yeah, Overprotect is the +3/+3, and that costs 2 mana. This is only 1. Well, that went way better than I could have hoped. I can't believe they blocked there, to be honest. When you gain life, each one loses life. Okay, so I think we just attack with this. This doesn't say activate only as a sorcery. So I could do that anytime I want. Can't be blocked with creative power 2 or less. Okay. Do I just flash out a skunk to block this? Feels kind of lame. Oh, this would have 3 power, wouldn't it? If I played a skunk. Actually, wait a minute. I should have attacked more and just killed that stupid thing. Oh, I can't believe I missed that! Okay, well, this is an instant, so I'll just do it on their turn, I guess. I should have attacked with this and killed their 4/4. Oh, I also shouldn't have let them untap. Why am I so bad? Yeah. Look how stupid I am. Okay. I think skunking to trade for both of these looks amazing. So I'm going to do nothing again. Or try to trade for both of them anyway. Get them, skunk. Assassinate them from downwind. Or ambush them, I guess. It's an assassin, but it's only its type. Its name is ambusher. Okay, it worked. Skunk 2 for 1. Alright. They didn't destroy my food. They obviously, why would they? But, you know, they could have. This was the better play. It gave them a food and drew a card. Well, I don't know, man. I really would like to get some lands. So I want to forage, but I don't want to kill any of their stuff. It all sucks. So I guess I'm just eating a food and that's it for the turn? But I get to draw. That's why I'm doing this main phase, because I might hit a land or something else I can play. Alright. I mean, not terrible. I don't appreciate being on 4 lands while they're on 6 all game. What are you? Tap a creature and stun it. Okay. That's interesting. They might target my flyer or they might target their own 0/2. Alright. Draw 2. I think I'll just forbid this. Like, this kills a lane blocker and it gives them a 2/2. Wait, why do I have the choice? There's no way for me to pay black. Actually, no. Have your cards. This 3/4 reach is a problem for me. I should be killing that. Sure. It's also a little tempting to wait until my turn to do this, because then this could draw me a card. I'm not sure if that's a good idea, but I think it's fine. Because there's a dream that if I hit a land on either of those 2 plays, I can still play Daggerfang Duo, and that's all I'm doing next turn anyway. Plus, then this gets to expend. I'd like to forage, please. Oh, I was thinking, oh, let's just get rid of the non-creatures, but I don't actually have any graveyard recursion. I should be thinking about these Wix Patrols. I should be foraging the cheapest cards. Oh, I guess I should have done this first. Whoops. It's like this card was printed for the Frogs decks. It has so many Frog synergies, including you can tap it, and then you won't even care. But more importantly, obviously, every time it enters, it does something. That's why it's a Frog card. It's a tiny little creature that doesn't matter, that can make something else matter more. They did not forage? Am I correct? Or did they forage and I missed it? Because I feel like they had 2 food a minute ago and now they have 1, but I'm not sure. Okay, a win's a win. Was this a Squirrels deck or a Bats deck? It was neither. I had a couple of Squirrels. And a Skunk. And a Bat. I don't know. Seemed like it was just a mid-range deck. What do you call a bat that's also a squirrel, by the way? Is there a word for that? Not casting blue or red spells. Black or red I am doing. Like, I don't know. I mean, obviously there isn't something that's a squirrel and a bat. What do you get if you ask Google, is there a creature that's a squirrel and a bat? The AI will say, yes, of course there is. It's the squirrel bat. Is there an animal that's a squirrel and a bat? The answer to this is no. What is a bat squirrel? A bat squirrel was a type of creature that was capable of gliding through the air. Okay, I think they're talking about like flying squirrels, basically. Okay, I mean, mono black, but a 1-2-3 curve. And 2 bats. These are like bat synergies. Although, no, they don't exactly go together because there's no way to gain life. But if you did gain life, oh boy, these two would like each other. I was thinking this was the one that, the 3-mana one, like 3-mana 2/3 that gains life when it attacks. That goes really well with this. But it doesn't curve as well, so I'm certainly happy this is the 2-drop instead of the 3-drop, since what I needed was a 2-drop. Hey, look who's here. Okay, you can Sonar Strike any of these if you want. Sure. A 2/2 flyer. Hey, a tap land just in time for like me not needing any mana for anything. Green, please. Play this first, and then attack. Oh, my 2/3. They're having so much sonar, man. They even gained life, so they get to surveil. How nice. Alright, yeah, sure. Attack with this, because they can't block it, and I have another blocker. I mean, they can block it, but it would be a bad block. Graveyard, currently I already have a 3. This doesn't like gain life or anything. Okay, just checking. Interesting you would main phase that. It seems like a really important combat trick. And then attack! Oh, buddy. Okay. Okay. This was a good land draw, I think. I don't know which of these I need to kill. Right now they're threatening a double block. And I could shut that off by killing one of these. I kind of like killing this because it has a scary ability. I think that's what I should do. Yeah. These, I mean, these are good abilities, but... like, if they want to kill one of these, it's still, they're getting 2 for 1, right? And then I wipe out their last creature. So, seems good to me. That seems like the wrong one, but I guess it is the thing that's obviously gaining me life. I don't know. It could be right. Because without that, this doesn't do anything special, I guess. Sure. But presumably I have other life gain in the deck, you would think? I don't actually have very much, so you're sort of right. Oh, so good. Do I want to give them a fish? Sure. Just to make my flyer bigger? Hang on. Why didn't they offspring? They have another sonar strike? They must, right? I can't do much but attack into it. And then let them kill, presumably, the 5/3. But it's just good to note that they have it. I could even attack with this, but I think they would be happy to make that trade, right? Obviously, this is a better card than a 1/1 rabbit token, but they're going to have way more buffing than I do, so you could argue maybe I should do this. But I don't think I should. Oh, that had 3 power. I was thinking this was a punch, even though it's obviously a fight. So good thing I gave this a counter, huh? Or I would have been like just... No sonar strike. Pass. Oh, they did offspring. That's why they have... Okay, I'm so stupid. I thought they had played the card... I don't know, some other card. I'm like out of it today, I guess. Yeah, that looks like a good tap. No. Yes? Oh. I gained or lost life. I keep thinking of this as only gain life, but a lot of the back cards are gain or lose. Okay, seems like we have this one locked up, unless something really spooky happens. That is insufficiently spooky to spook me. I guess even if I do that, it's not a kill, so I just won't. Who cares about this creature? Oh, good, another one. I mean, they just block. There's no... I don't welcome that trade. Oh, also, these lose life. If only I could find a way to forage, my bat would be having a great time. Put a counter on it. That's pretty cool. Sure. My 2/4 currently gets in without any problem. So I don't actually need to clear out their flyer as badly as I need to clear out, like... Well, this is just worse than the flyer. I guess I should clear out the flyer. Deals damage. If they could somehow remove something, it would be this one because it's tapped. So let's punch like this. And then this is lethal. Almost missed that. Kind of embarrassing. They could obviously have had a trick, but they'd played for many turns, no tricks. And then they drew something and immediately played it. So I know that this is the same useless card that was in their hand for a while. I guess that kind of hand inference is something I should think more about. Sometimes I think about it. Sometimes I don't. But it also is like kind of... I don't know. There's kind of the trick you learn as a beginner Magic player to like... Don't play out your whole hand if it's... You know, if you have a useless land in hand and you don't think playing the land is going to help you very much, you know, you can hang on to it and your opponent has to be worried it might be a trick or something. That certainly is true. But a lot of the time, I guess, it'll be a situation like this where I knew that it, like, they didn't do anything last turn, and then they played the card that they drew, clearly. So, like, in some sense, every time you draw a new card, you're renewing the bluff of the card that's in your hand, right? They don't know. It could be a land. It could be a real card. But if you do nothing and then draw and play a card, you're kind of saying, this card I'm playing is the one I just drew. And the card that I still have, or cards I still have, are the same ones I had before. So if they had nothing good to do with them last turn and nothing's dramatically changed, you might conclude, okay, they probably still can't do anything useful. That, I guess, is an argument I hadn't thought about for, or against, rather, keeping a card in hand just to bluff a threat. Sometimes you have nothing better to do, and, like, sure, keep a card in hand, it might accomplish something. But if there's any chance you might need to play 2 lands, or, like, play a land and then, play another land, it kind of makes sense to... I mean, This is kind of funny. Do I want to play this now? Like, how important is this 1/1? I don't have anything... No, I don't know. I can play this on turn 2 if I don't draw some. Well, I want High Stride, right? I think it's just... This is not going to be a useful creature on turn 1. So I'm going to go ahead and play this as a forest. If I draw a 2-drop, this could turn out a little embarrassing. Ah! How dare you. Does this give reach? Yes. Yeah, really getting punished for my choice, huh? Because if I'd had this down, then this would be getting bigger. I think I want to get this Squirrel Warrior down as soon as possible. Do I attack? I guess I do, because I don't mind spending High Stride and doing something else instead if they choose to block, and probably they just won't. So I get into free damage. Only when it attacks. Okay. They probably don't have a trick, because if they did, they would have preferred to attack with this before tapping out. So that's good to know. How important is offspringing this going to be? Not very, I would think. So yeah, I guess I want to get all this out pre-combat so that if I need to, my High Stride is expending. And just keep pushing damage. Trying to, anyway. Okay. What are you up to? What are you looking at your creatures for? Just reading the text on them? I hate, like, using High Stride on my creature to untap it, and then, like, they respond by killing the creature. But, I mean, that's clearly what I'm signed up for here. I think I have to kill the 3/3 flyer. This gaining life is annoying, but this is a real threat. Plus, I can kill this with Wix Patrol someday, so not that big a deal. I think we just crack this, right? I wish I could, like, play this and still activate it, but I can't. It would be summoning sick, so I just have to take the one card draw that I can actually get. Okay, not so bad. They really only have one creature that does anything. And as soon as I hit a land, well, 2 lands, it's dead. Ah! Should be the 2/3, right? No? Oh, actually, the 2/3 gets in for 2 damage right now. Huh, interesting. This bat thing is a 1/3 death touch, which is kind of cute. I think they should have attacked with this, because I can't block with this anyway, and it can't attack into the 3/3. I think Heaped Harvest might actually be the most important thing. Because getting to 6 mana just wins the game. And this also lets me start foraging and therefore drawing cards. Oh, also it makes this bigger. Who knew? I'd like another swamp. So, I don't care how they block this 6/6. They're not going to be happy with any result. Also, I might have High Stride again. Could be a 5/9. You never know. Maybe that's why they didn't attack with this. They were planning a multi-block and wanted to be also able to block my 2/1. Could be. Okay, so I can kill any 2 of these that I please. Clearly, this 3/3. The graveyard is 1, so like even if I kill 2 of these, it's only going to be threshold of 3. So yeah, we clearly kill these 2. Good work, Squirrel Boy. Well, now I don't have to crack this to get my 6th land. It would let me draw twice, but that doesn't seem urgent. I think I'm just going to Wix their life gainer. That is sort of vulnerable to counterspell, though, so I don't know. They didn't have it. Oh, their hand was empty. That's true. Okay. You don't have to worry about counterspells if their hand is empty. That's true. I mean, sometimes you do if they have like instant speed abilities to get a counterspell. Like if the creature lets them recur something from their graveyard as an activated ability or something, but not in this case. Or actually, indeed, they had a creature on board that was like 2 mana, draw a card, but they weren't allowed to activate it because they didn't have Threshold. So in that kind of circumstance, if they did have Threshold, you would want to play, or at least be aware of Counterspell, even though your opponent is empty-handed. You would want to consider it, and perhaps opt for a different choice. Haha, get it? Consider and opt? They're like the same card, but not really related to what's happening here. God, somebody put... Why does anybody let me talk in between games? I should just do the editing work and, like, present only the games. But I ain't about that life. That's too much work. This is a sketchy hand. But I guess... with 2 3-mana plays in black, one of which can hopefully find a forest, I think it's okay. Also, this is a squirrel. Not that that's a big deal. Makes this a 3-mana 2/2. Good. What a great card. Oh man, I wish this were a forest. Then I'd have a really decent start. Interesting art. Another secret lair drop. They put all the goofy art in secret lairs, I guess. No! Okay, they held up counterspell. Joke's on you. I'm not playing any spells. I mean, you keep 2-landers and sometimes it doesn't work out. This one's a bit worse because it was only 1-color 2-lander, but I think it was still the right key. Alright, that's an improvement. Do I trade this? I think so. Because I don't have... I'm not activating this anytime soon. They might be activating theirs. If they shore it up, whatever. Okay. I guess it's happening. My opponent's name is just Drop. And all their lands have goofy animals on them. What art style is this? Is this like... Obviously it's cartoonish, but is it a reference to any particular like TV show or art project that I'm unaware of? I don't know. Also, why does the whale have a crown? I guess we may or may not ever find out. I'll lose 3 life, right? Discarding a card seems pretty silly. Forest is great. So now I can play this and still hold up a combat trick, which may well come in handy to kill their 4/3. And I'm threatening serious damage every turn in the sky already. I mean, I probably shouldn't try to trick them with a block, honestly. I should save this for attacks. I'm doing okay in the race, I think. But if I get blown out by trying to combat trick them while they have 4 mana up, things could go very badly for me. I guess I could just trade this, like... Right? Sure. This 4/3 is doing more than this 1/3 is, even if it's pumping my other bats. I think that's fine. They have nothing. I could just do this. I think, okay, in that case I will. It passed instantly through their... Okay, so all they had at instant speed was a counterspell. I'm happy to suck a counterspell out of their hand just for that. To kill my bat. Although it does give them closer to threshold, I guess. Could be scary. This thing drawing a card every turn is pretty gross. What? Oh no, this is terrible, isn't it? Ah, I'm being thought seized. It's a 3-mana 2/2 menace that thought seizes. What the hell? Well, joke's on you. None of the cards in my hand are like that much better than any of the others. I think you should take the 2-mana Squirrel. But maybe Dire Sight. Definitely don't take the 3-mana Squirrel. That's the worst card by a mile. Yeah, this is... They're going to start drawing a lot of cards. Okay, sure. If you say so. Ha! I drew a forest. I can actually play them both. Take that. I can see the appeal to leaving one of them in my hand, or leaving them both in my hand, because I only have the forest to play one of them in a single turn. But they're also like, they're a combo, right? This guy makes this into a 3/3. So if you get rid of this, this card sucks, and all I have is a dire sight. But I guess that is 2 cards, so I don't know. It's Surveil and then 2? I don't know. Could have been the right choice. I don't think it worked out well because I happened to hit a forest, but it didn't work out terribly either. I don't know. They didn't attack with the 2/2 Menace. Kind of surprised they weren't willing to trade with this. Ow. Well, that's scary. I don't like that very much. Well, shoot. I can't do much about that, huh? Just take 6 here? 7. Graveyard contains 3 mana value. Okay, so they didn't want to make this trade because they were planning to trade both of these, except I can't even do that. I just have to take it. Maybe they didn't want to let me... Well, no, because I couldn't counterattack after they played this anyway. I don't know. This game's looking pretty bad. Wix Patrol might get me back in it. But I don't know. I guess what I'm looking for is a kill spell, not Wix Patrol. Oh! That let them keep a card. I see. It activated Threshold early. So maybe that block was bad, but I also like taking 2 is pretty bad. Why not play this pre-combat so that I get the draw no matter how... You get the draw no matter how I block. I'm not sure about that. It's a Death Touch. Nope, it's not. But it's a squirrel. So I can double block the 6/6. Problem is, they're drawing 2 cards every turn. And they'll still have 4 damage coming in after all that. And that's assuming they do nothing, but they have a bunch of cards. I mean, like, you can't resign at this point, but it's looking pretty grim. Maybe you can resign at this point. Like, what could I possibly draw? Maybe what I have to do is take the 6. Because the only way I have a shot is if I get to, like, kill that? Don't I only have, like, 1 card in my deck that does that? Well, Polywallop works too, I guess. But I was thinking of, not Savor, the other one. Feed the Cycle. Yeah. So there's 2 cards in my deck that could kill that 6/6. What? Okay, I wasn't going to block that anyway, dude. But, sure. I mean, it's not like they had a big choice, right? It was the only thing they could get with this, and then they aimed at that because why not? Alright, take 8. Yeah. Maybe I could get back my Death Toucher now? Make the bats bigger? Double block their Death Toucher? Could happen. So if I don't block this, I die. Which means I can't attack with the 4/4. I think I want to attack with this. Does 3 damage now. I guess that's something. I don't think I could possibly need this, so I will go ahead and hold it up as a bluff. Even like Heaped Harvest, Crack Heaped Harvest does not spend all this mana. Wix Patrol doesn't spend it all. This thing's been a real beating. Okay, see ya. Like, they drew like 7 or 8 cards off of that thing. I mean, I don't know. Some of them were discarded. I think they only drew 3 or 4 real cards, but they got great card selection. Okay. Can't do anything on 1 or 2, and then this Dray Leader still sucks, huh? Do you really keep this? I guess so. It's just a good mana base. We'll figure something out. We'll draw some spells. Hopefully. Obviously, I can't guarantee. At least, like, I can play this, feed the cycle. And obviously, this is a much better draw. Rather, I have drawn a much better play. Let's put it that way. Well, the opponent didn't do anything on turn 2 either, so we might not be so bad off. And we did draw a useful spell. Next turn I can play my 3-mana Squirrel and hold up High Stride, so that it's hard for them to kill my stuff. The downside of that is my stuff is garbage, so I don't really care if they kill it, but I need to do something. Bird. Big surprise. Okay, well, it turns out I'm not holding up High Stride. This doesn't, like, kill artifacts or anything. No, not that I would really want to. Don't let auto-tap trick you. It was willing to hold up green or black mana, and it chose to hold up green. Very reasonable. It can't know what I would want to play next. But since I do know, I played this one first. And I mean, I have 2 kill spells. They spent their turn 3 playing a nothing card. If I just kill their stuff, maybe it's fine. I just get in some damage every turn for a little while, and then an unkicked Finch formation. And also this thing. I don't want to attack with this because if they block here, it's a little embarrassing. But why would they make that block? It looks like they want to block... actually, I just won't do that. I think I'm going to just Polywallop this while I have 4 mana and they're tapped out. That creature's not incredible, but I want them to have no creatures. That's the way I'm winning. I don't know. It doesn't seem like that's going to happen because they have all these cards, but... I didn't really have anything else to do anyway. I guess this isn't so bad. It does, like, buy them some time and improve their hand, but it gives me something to do at least. Something. Kind of lisped a little there. Okay, playing out their 7th mana. I guess not a huge surprise. They're a control-y kind of blue-white, and I don't know, are they? Sure, just keep stalling, and you get card selection. And we're each playing lands, and not much is happening, which is what your deck wants, I'm sure. They can just keep drawing big spells while I draw lands, and they're going to be ahead eventually. Double Calamitous Tide. What a sequence. More Finches. But twice as many this time. Also, they're huge? What the hell? This is not allowed. Order? You should have played this first so you could scry? Did you forget that was possible? Okay. Yes. Makes this bigger. I need to kill this. I guess I should crack this for life. Because I can still cast this and then forage. But I guess if I cast this and foraged here, I'd have more mana left to play whatever I might draw off of this. Plus I'd have a forage left in the graveyard. I think having a forage left in the graveyard is better than having 3 life. So let's do it this way. Sure. Yes, another forest. Make a squirrel. Oh, I didn't even notice it was going to be a 5/5. I mean, it still just trades for one of their creatures. I might just not attack. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Actually, if I trade it for this, I guess that's... Is it fine? I think so. Oh, it actually trades for both. Because they lose the buff of their other birds. As long as I kill the 2/3, the 3/3 will become a 2/2 and then also die. Oh, gimme! Alright, that Heaped Harvest may be the best draw anyone's ever seen. So this is some like small creatures can't be blocked. And they can flicker things. I don't think they really want to. They want the Surveil more than anything. Oh, that's interesting. while I had this view of this card, they leveled it up, and then this view didn't change. I had to like dismiss it and resummon it. So I could attack first and trick them into a double block, but it's clearly better to just kill it first. It also makes this into a 3/3. Yeah, this is great for a million reasons. What is this one? It has flash? Exile a creature without flying. This doesn't have flying. You got me there. Okay, neat. Well, I'm glad I made them do that before combat, or they would have just eaten up my 3/3 with this 4/4, I guess. I think I'm gonna just crack this now to draw a card. Okay. I guess I should have done that after attacks. You know, that way I'm threatening a 3-mana combat trick. Might as well bluff that I have something in my second main. Not that they'll believe me. Another bird. So this isn't a bird, I assume. Yeah. It has flying, but it still won't trigger this. It's kind of shocking how good this thing is, even in a deck with like no squirrels. Somehow it became a 5/5. It probably would have been better to just play this turn, actually, because then I could attack with it next turn and gain life. I don't know. Could I? Tough spot for them, I guess. Like, if you go to 4, I have a lot of attackers next turn, and you could be in trouble. But if you double block and lose your 4/4, how exactly are you winning? I don't know. Did they just rage quit? Maybe. I could have first picked this. Be a very different deck if I had that. I mean, I don't think I'm gaining life anytime soon. Let's just get rid of that. I know this can gain life, but not for a couple turns now. And even then, it doesn't look like it's happening very many times because they have decent blockers for it. I guess opponent left. Here's another case where I guess I should do some editing work, but I won't. I will do the closest thing that I usually get, which is just pausing the recording, and I'll get back to you when we find out if they're still here. Look at that. They quit. I'm kind of like a little surprised because if you were going to quit, did I have fun? Yeah, it was fun. I laughed a lot at their double Calamitous Tide. Which was, I don't mean it was a bad play. I still think it was great for them that they were doing this. It's kind of surprising they didn't stabilize a little bit better. But I feel like if you're going to quit, it would be before flashing this in, right? Maybe what they were mad about is they thought this was going to be able to trade for my 5/5 because it was going to be like, you know, a 3/3 with a buff from this and a buff from this. But since I made them exile this, it came in as a 4/4, and then they were like, uh-oh, I can't trade. But that's not true. They could have traded by double blocking, so I don't know. It's just, you know, a psychological curiosity. What state of mind would cause them to stick around long enough to flash that thing in and flicker their other guy, but not stick around long enough to block? I don't know. Maybe it wasn't a psychological thing. Maybe, you know, their kitchen caught fire or something. I don't know. 2 bats and a saver. Looks great. Importantly, a 2-mana bat and a 3-mana bat. Although neither of them gain any life, so there is that to be complained about. I'll maybe savor this someday. Oh, hello. Might as well not tell them my other color's green. They'll assume it's white, of course. You got me. I'm not allowed to block. Not playing this yet, but it's a decent play for next turn. Yeah, and then I can play this next turn and I swing in for 6 plus gain 1. Uh-oh, what is this? It comes with a sword, right? 1/1 Vigilance Trample Haste with equip 2. That is scary. Saver is an okay card here, but not as good as this bat. Oh, swing in for 7, because this makes them lose life as well. Or this does. Yeah, I'm the aggro deck. That's what happens when you're on the play. You're the aggro deck no matter who you're matched up against. This always does 1. It's not its power. Yeah, okay. I don't actually have any Valiant stuff yet. Like, Cragflame's pretty strong. But it costs 2. They can't really equip it on anything that matters. Are they just dead, by the way? I have 5 damage, plus 3 from this. Another 1 from this if I were to gain life, which I could. It's only 9. Okay. So, not dead, but worth keeping an eye on. This is the one that does damage equal to its power. Why is this stronger, by the way? Is this making other mice bigger? It is. Okay. Take 7. I'm not blocking. I might block Mabel. Mabel? I don't know. But just like savoring this 2/2 and then eating the food seems to put me out of range. Okay, that's 10 damage. That's a little bit scary. I can get them for 9. and reduce their threat to 3, 7, 10. But if they also play like another creature for 2 or 3 mana and equip it, they probably do get me. Or no, that would be only 9 because this is a bit smaller, right? This is actually a 3/3. No, it's a 2/2 with a sword. So if they move the sword, this is only 2, 5, 8. I think I don't block. I'm going up to like 14. I should be okay. Maybe you lose life during your turn. Oh, I didn't even realize this doesn't work on their turn. Not that that matters here. But so what that means, I guess, is I don't actually have to do this now. This is already maximum damage. It's actually one-off lethal, isn't it? Because if I gain life by eating the food, they take another 1. So this is currently threatening, what, 2 damage? It puts a counter on this and also gives it its buff. So why? This was a 3/3 earlier, wasn't it? What's up with that? Or 3/2? Why was this a 3/2? Oh, because they pumped this? They pumped Charger so it could attack. I see. Okay, so the damage they're actually threatening... This obviously is the main scary thing. This is 4, 7, 9, 11, right? But I can kill this. I can't activate Valiant as easily. If I kill this, it's 5, 9, equip. Yeah, I think we just kill this now before they can untap. And hold up food mana. Not that it really matters. I wonder if I could have gotten away with attacking a little bit less. I don't think so. Maybe I could have not attacked for this too, because I just have so much overkill. I could have held this back as a blocker. They'd be at 4. And then I'd still have lethal next turn. I could kill Mabel this turn. Or something like that. Yeah, I think that's probably right. I guess another scary thing they could maybe do would be somehow sacrifice this after it hits me. Yikes. Nine, 11, 12? Okay. As long as they don't have something else, I think I'm okay. $13. Okay, a little bit closer than I thought. Oh, because this was bigger. Yeah, okay. Decline. Close one. Definitely should have held this back, I think. Could have saved me 3 extra damage. And I did not need all the damage I had. But I don't know, if they had, like, played removal instead of playing out more creatures, then I might have been in a situation where, like, great, I can't kill them and I can't attack because they have so many creatures and they're chipping away at me. So I don't know. Maybe it was a mistake, maybe not. Also, kind of funny, another instance of, like, the game stopped in the middle. Like, this board state never existed. How did I tap 4 mana this turn? I paid 3 for this, then I spent 2 for this, but only one of the 2 I paid is tapped, but this is on the stack somehow. Well, I guess that is sort of a legal... That actually is a legal state for the game to go into, because you put stuff on the stack before you pay its cost. Well, that's true for spells. To propose casting a spell, you move it from where it is, usually your hand, onto the stack. Then you figure out the costs and you pay them. If you want to, you can tap mana before you do that and then spend mana from your pool, but you don't have to. You can put it on the stack without paying anything and then pay for it. And is the same thing true for abilities? That's kind of interesting. Let's take a little detour to look that up, shall we? How would I bet I can get you guys to see this. But not easily, huh? All right, one sec. All right, I'm back. I just thought I've done like some rule lookup stuff in videos before, but I usually like don't show you anything. I thought it might be fun to like look at how I look up the rules. I just go to like magic.wizards.com rules, and I look up the text, and I Control F for whatever I'm looking for. These are the comprehensive rules, obviously. So I was looking for proposing, casting, activating an ability. Do you put the ability on the stack before you pay for it? I'm not sure. So 602, right? And if you search for the rule number and then a period and then a space, you pretty much always hit the definition. I could be looking at like an HTML version or a PDF version with clickable links, but I like this way. Activate abilities have a cost and effect. Yes, I understand. Blah, blah, blah. You can only activate activated abilities. Previously it was referred to as playing the ability. Activation cost. To activate it, okay, yeah, so it's the same as spells. 602.2. To activate an ability is to put it onto the stack and pay its costs, so that it will eventually resolve and have its effect. Only the controller can activate it. Activating an ability follows the steps listed below in order. You announce you're activating it. And if you are doing so with a hidden card, you have to show them that it's legal. That ability is created on the stack as an object. It's not a card. Then it's the same as casting a spell, which includes, like, we could look at 601.2b, but we won't have to. I mean, I guess we might as well, right? 601.2... There's all this stuff. First, you announce the modes and all this other stuff, blah, blah, blah. But down here in 2F, you determine the cost. And then finally in 2G, you can activate mana abilities. And in 2H, you pay the cost. So the point is, actually, what I said at first, and then I corrected myself. I said, oh, it's illegal for the ability to be on the stack before you pay for it. This is like a nonsense game state. But it's totally the way things normally go. They just stopped the game in the middle of me tapping out for mana, which is a little surprising, but not unlawful. Interesting. And we're back to the game. This is games. My goofy Golgari Bats deck. But it's also Squirrels. It's Flying Squirrels. That's the video title, Flying Squirrels. They're not bats, they're just flying squirrels. I still think I could have had a much better bats-only deck. There were some good white bats that I did not take. And my green stuff is pretty meh. Sometimes it does a lot. But, I don't know. Actually, how much of my deck is green? I know it's like 6 bats and 6 squirrels, but I don't remember... I know I have quite a bit more black spells than green spells because Arena's auto land decided to put me 9/7 plus the Haven as opposed to 8/8. Okay, I mean, can't play the Harbinger, can't play any spells till 3, but it's a good mana base and some good spells. Even though I can't do anything with them just yet. Hey, you are maybe a third swamp over a second forest? No, I have a 1 mana green spell. I might want to cast that together with some other green spell. Like if I draw the Baker's Bane duo next turn, maybe that could be a play. I wish I'd taken a third swamp, it turns out. I was like, oh, I'll play the Baker's Bane duo. Yeah, that was imaginary. That didn't actually happen. Black-white splashing, huh? Or maybe they just really like the bat synergy. My bat! Well, I'd rather get more value than this from a downwind ambusher, but I'm just going to play it main phase here. There's no real surprise getting them on blocks, and I don't want to let them untap and maybe save this and also maybe use the mana fixing. So we're just going to main phase the skunk. My skunk! Alright, that's not so bad. There's nothing in my graveyard, so I can't feed the cycle, sadly. I guess I could have dire sighted and then fed the cycle, but I'm not going to do that. I guess I should have left open black, though, in case somehow more stuff got into my graveyard. Like if they kill this and then I want to feed the cycle something, I tapped wrong. I figured it wasn't going to matter because the only thing I was going to cast was green, but actually I might have somehow managed to cast feed the cycle. Okay, turned out not to matter. I mean, a 2-mana 2/2 isn't bad here. Getting in my graveyard isn't bad either, is the thing. A 2-mana 2/2 without Death Touch? I guess it's not that hot. Yeah, get this out of here. Okay. They're gonna block. I guess I am sort of the aggro deck. They're stuck on 3 lands, which I'm only now noticing. And I want to play another forest so that I can run out the Baker's Bane duo and still have a trick. So what could I get back? Just the Daggerfang duo. Okay. I think I'm gonna do that because it lets me expend? Well, no, I don't want to expend, really. I guess I'm just gonna attack. It's not great trading these two off, but I get more food. Well, I just don't have to trade them off. I can just do this. Yeah, because I want... Yeah, okay. Just keep the pressure on, I guess. Except that now I can't pick up my 3-drop and then play it again. Okay, well, this seems ill-considered. Oh, yeah, they're just going to pick up their own Dagger Fang. Well, they don't have the kind of mana to do that. It's going to be a while. No, they're just going to do it. Wow. Very slow play. This resolves, but I guess I'll do my thing first. I'm not going to eat the food. Having a forage around is better, I think. I might draw the Dray Leader that likes foods on board, right? I have plenty of mana. No rush on this. Oh my god. Speaking of mana... Yeah, tap all the green you can. And let's expend... for black. I'm almost out of lands. I've had so many. I guess I milled a few as well. Yeah, there's 5 in the graveyard somehow. Well, I should hit a lot of good spells then. I could even arguably wait around on these so that when I hit my 1 mana 1/1 Squirrels that draw a card when you forage, I like have gained loss. Okay, but you haven't. I will forage. You are dead. Land, land, land. They're all swamps even. How exciting. Just in case the opponent has any cards that hate on swamps and graveyards. You never know. Take that. Ooh, that's a strong draw, but not one I want to... I mean, it's not crazy to play this right now, right? I think it is. Just wait for them to play something and then kill it. You don't get to do as much damage, but you ensure you get to do a solid amount of damage consistently. Oh, sorry, I was looking away. Another one? Okay, that's a problem. Maybe. Polywallop solves the problem very elegantly. You can't... I mean, they've played insane cards aside from this 1/3 treatmenter. And I get... Okay, yeah, they've played some fine cards as well. But 2 of these things and the 2 Banishing Lights, very solid removal. They've just been a little bit behind on mana. And tempo in general. I'm still not activating these. No rush to eat the food, no rush to get the land. I want to have forages around. This is lethal if they don't have anything. And maybe I could have killed them faster. Like, I definitely could have killed them faster if I played this 2 turns ago. Because it turned out I drew removal for all of their other threats. But there was no guarantee that that would happen. Die? Sonar Strike? You don't have any bats, so you won't gain life, but you will kill a dude. They are gifting me a food. Okay, sure. Well, at this point, I think I could afford to crack this food to get the land out of my deck. I have enough food lying around and enough stuff in my graveyard that I'll be able to forage pretty much forever. This is insane! Okay. That's a little risky, because if I ever kill your thing, I get to kill another thing with the ETB effect. But I guess they do need to be risky here, so fair enough. My last land. Unreal. 10 cards left, all gas. Opponent's counting my lands, I think. Alright, I mean, it's a flyer, I'll take it. And it's a 2-power flyer as well, because I can just sack food. I mean, if they can kill this, could be trouble. Oh yeah, sure, makes sense. Why not have 3 of those? It's pretty good. Okay, well. If I just attack with this, it trades here and I accomplish nothing. I can... This is vigilant, so it can just attack me, but... I'm okay with that. To let me get a bigger strike on a future turn. Do I still have that, the 2-mana Offspring guy? I do. It's not exiled or discarded. Yeah, that's allowed. You gained or lost life. They might very well do that, you never know. So when I attack next turn, they have to block this instead of this, assuming this lives. And so I still have the Flying Death Toucher. If they can kill one, I mean, this could be a real game. Kill the Death Toucher and it's not clear what I'm supposed to do. Ouch. You can lose life during your turn. Yes, none of this is relevant. Okay. Okay, 7 cards left. There's something in there. Yikes. It's getting scary now. When they gain 2, that's so bad. Whoa. Really? Uh-oh. What's this all about? They have another trick, I guess. I mean, I think I have to try for it, right? It's like... Starscape Cleric. Well, if I can draw the Starscape Cleric, I think I just win. And Longstock Brawl doesn't really do anything. Dray Leader doesn't do anything. The other Wix Patrol might do something. And this is an important part, actually, of winning with the... I think I can't do this, actually. Lose 3? No, I think I can sack this. I don't really need it anymore. Savor. Okay, let's crack this. And draw. Very funny. Okay, now a double block of the Coyote might accomplish something. Attacking with this doesn't, because even if I savor, this is still not a good trade for me. They don't have any obvious life gain in hand. That's 9. I think no blocks? Well, no blocks and save or something, I guess. Because I don't want this to die. My whole game plan is I have to draw the offspring life gain in equals life loss guy. No blocks. So I need to have enough life that I can afford to... Well, I don't know. I guess I'll have that anyway. But just in general, I need to cast Saber at some point. All right. We've got a few draws at it. That's not what I need. But I still have lethal if I hit it, and it's one of these cards. Okay. Wix Patrol to kill this, and then kill that. Now I wish I'd kept the Saver till this turn, but I needed the mana, obviously. That would have been a mistake. So I think they have some sort of trick, but it might just be Sonar Strike. Hello? What? Is it illegal to mill? Like, you can... I'm gonna have to look that rule up. I think I've read this before, but if you have 3 cards, if you have 2 cards in your deck and you draw 3, the result is that you just draw 2, and then you tried to draw from an empty library, so you die. But if you try to mill 3, it's impossible. You can't. And therefore this doesn't trigger. A funny side effect of wording this is a when you do. This is worded as when you do to be friendly to the player. The idea being, you don't want to have to target something until you see what you've milled. So if it said mill 2 cards and target creature gets -X, the X would be chosen after you were done milling, but you'd have to target before you started milling. Okay, if they had a pump for 2... They could have, like, Crumb and Get It? Oh, this is so close. Because if I go to 1... Okay, so what if I block and lose this? If I then draw the bat I'm looking for, I win the game. What if I don't? I have to sack a food, draw, then play it. But then I can only trigger once, and they go to... Yeah. So, if I block, it's a 50-50 to win. Actually, what's my other card? It's a Longstock Brawl, which doesn't matter very much. If I block, it's a 50-50. If I don't block, but they have a trick, I die. I think if they had Come and Get It, they'd be swinging with this too. In fact, why didn't they? So I think we say no blocks. And then I win if they don't kill me this turn. Is it Crumb and Get It? Scales of Shale. Okay. Well, I wasn't winning through that anyway because of all the life gain. Ugh. The card I needed was on the bottom, and then I thought this one was going to save me, but it didn't because... So I think it's true. I mean, we could go look up the rules again, I suppose. Where is that window? One sec. I don't even know like what exactly you'd be looking for here in the rules to see whether this is true. But I remember seeing it in a judging video a while ago, I think, that what just happened makes sense. But it's a thing that players will get wrong all the time, including me. I would get this wrong. It doesn't happen very often that you try to mill cards and can't, and the result is you mill nothing. When you would expect it would be mill the rest of your library. So if we look at, for example, Rule 121, drawing a card. You draw a card by putting the top card. Yeah, okay. Cards can be drawn one at a time. If you have to draw multiple, form individual card draws. Placement effects, can't draw multiple cards. If there are no cards in your library and you have to draw a card, offer the player a choice to do so, they can choose to do so. But if there's an effect that says they can't, okay, this is not what we're looking for. A player who attempts to draw a card from a library with no cards loses the game. Sure. So the point is, there's this one rule here, 121.2. Cards can only be drawn one at a time. If you are told to draw multiple cards, draw one at a time. So that's why it's possible to draw 3 when you have 2 in your library, but you lose afterward. Now the question is, milling. That should be in here somewhere, right? Additional rules? It'll be listed somewhere. I could just search for it, but... Alright, let's just search for dot space and mill. There we go. 701.13. Why didn't I see that? Because it's just part of... It's a keyword action. Okay, fine. player can't mill... Okay, there is an explicit rule in here about it instead of it being implied. A player can't mill a number of cards greater than the number of cards in the library. Given the choice to do so, they can't choose to do so. If instructed to do so, they mill as many as possible. Wait, what? You can't mill more than you have. If instructed to do so, mill as many as possible. So what's the text on that card? This card reads, mill 3 cards. When you do. So, that's so strange. I thought... If you're instructed to mill more cards than they have in their library, put all the cards in the library into their graveyard. So is there like a bug report for this card? Arena, Wicks, Patrol, Bug, Mill, more cards than you have? What should happen, here's a Reddit post, if you use Wicks Patrol with fewer than 3 cards in deck? In a game, my opponent used this card with two cards left in their deck, and neither the mill nor the -X occurred. Is this intended or a bug? The first effect is unconditional. And then someone quotes a rule saying, yep, you still should have milled 3. This was a bug. Yeah. So I think the when you do should still have triggered, right? Because I did mill 3 cards. Just that what it means to mill 3 cards in that condition was to mill 2. So would I have won? I don't think so. Because like I could have killed this, and then I could have killed something else, but this would have still been here, and I could have swung, but not for very much. I think they could have just eaten it, and then my deck would be empty and I would have died. Right? Also, they had Scales of Shale in hand already. So... Or like they must have, right? Maybe not. Like, I could have made this a 0-1. But I think it would have been better to kill these 2 and then, like, swing for 4 when they were at 5. Like, it still doesn't kill them, right? And then I think they were killing me on the crackback, but maybe not. Well, no. I don't know. I guess they were because they did. So, okay, sure. And I wouldn't have had anything different. I don't know. Blocking there could have worked out. As I said, blocking was a 50-50. Not blocking loses if they have a combat trick and wins if they don't. And I couldn't tell for sure whether they really had the combat trick. It seemed like they might, but if they did, they should have used it last turn, right? Because I was tapped out, I think. And they were free and clear to just bonk me. Maybe it wasn't lethal because I had food, but I didn't have the mana to eat the food, so I don't know. Anyway, it looks like a good hand. We're 5-2, so ahead of the curve, gems-wise. Be nice to convert this into a 7. Yeah, I mean, I don't see myself playing needing double green, so might as well not let them know. I don't know. I guess this also suggests Squirrels, but it's just a decent card. And I'm not Squirrels, I'm Bats. So, I don't know. The choice of which land to play really doesn't matter. A 2/2 first strike, huh? Well, okay. I mean, I don't really want to attack and then high stride, even though it does get this thing taken care of. It just makes my whole turn awful. I have to spend my whole... I have 3 mana killing this and then do nothing. I think it's just better to play something real. Also, a blocker that can kill this, for what that's worth. I could have bluffed this attack. I think they would just go for it, though, and I don't want them to. Huh. Okay. Land is nice. Swamp is maybe not the best, but it's fine. And now I think I do attack with both, because I totally do not mind high striding this. It broadcasts the high stride, I guess, but that's fine. Because it's gone. I've spent it now. It's no longer giving them any important information to know that I used to have a high stride. My bat. Okay, sure. I don't mind this trade, I guess. Because it would let me, like, put this bat back in my hand. But I guess I don't want to do that this turn. I want to do this, and at least I get a 2/2, right? So I'll do this pre-combat. And then offer this trade. They don't even have anything good to get back, really. And what I want to get back, of course, is Wix Patrol. Ow! My life! I mean, in case I draw a squirrel, I guess I should not make this block. Okay, land is pretty good. And also, I guess this way I get a counterattack, right? Two squirrels, a bat, and a rat. I kind of like how, you know, these days nothing really just has a single type. They have like a type for like its race, so to speak, and another type for its profession or something like that. I can't really attack with these 2/2s because they have easy blocks with a 2/3. I could attack with 1, but I want to use High Stride on this, I think. Because it's big. It's tough for them to kill it. High Stride here for trample is kind of cute, but I don't think all that great. If I attack here, I gain 1 life, but then I can't block either of these, so I'm kind of losing 2 more. I think this actually just doesn't make sense. Because they do want to attack with these, I think. And then once they've done that, maybe attacking back would make sense. So weirdly, I think this is the only attack. Well, I could let this die so it ETBs again when I bring it back with the Orator. I guess that's fine. I don't know. That combat, I changed my mind a lot. Not sure if what I ended up with was a good idea, but... This one, because if they kill it, I don't mind. They basically just, like, can't. It would be horrible. game's close. Who knows what they have in hand? The board right now looks pretty balanced. But I can freely swing with my 2/2 and... What the hell? Ah! The villages do something! Alright, but it just gave them this back, which is not that big a deal, I think. Polywallop. Could Polywallop to kill this, but that's stupid, so I won't. I think I actually want to sit back on this guy. Because it not only deflects this bad attack, but it also deters this from attacking. On the other hand, I could do this? No. Because I want this to threaten to get into combat, which attacking does. They have to let it in. But they could also, if I hold it back, if I attack, they can swing with this 2/2, and I don't really have anything. Well, yeah, I do. If they swing with both of these and the bat gets in, that's fine. Okay, yeah. This attack is right. Because all they can swing with is the bat, because of my bat. Holding this back is stopping this attack, and also bouncing this attack. Even though it means they gain life and I don't. Very sad. They should still swing with the 2/3 bat. But, that's not a big deal. I think I'm going to need to polywallop this other bat, which I guess means I should have polywalloped this one before it could attack. Whoops. It's a food. And a squirrel. Oh, I love foods and squirrels. Actually, I guess killing that untapped bat was desirable, because now everything can just push in here. Okay, it was right to let them gain 1 life. I take back what I said. Oh, wow. They want their thing back too, huh? But I get the better one. And I have 4 mana sitting here with nothing to do. I think that block was a big mistake. Maybe they were just sick of taking 2 damage? I don't know. That's fine. Sure. Give me this back, please. And this even expends, so I can swing in with my 2/2. I think we're comfortably in the lead now. Tough to see them coming back. I mean, there's board... they could play Plains, Season of Loss, and then... Okay, yeah, that's pretty bad. Maybe that's why they blocked. They're planning Season of Loss? But I do think it was right to play this, even though it, could get Season of Lost. It's just a mythic. What I mean to say is it's a mythic, so it's unlikely to get me. And, am I crazy? Does it make sense to expend here? They have to chump this, so this is 4 damage. The 5th does matter, even though it's playing into Season of Loss next turn if they somehow survive this turn. This accelerates lethal. They have to do something this turn to survive lethal. And then also, have Season of Loss to be looking okay. Like, I don't mind if they survive this turn. I mind if they survive this turn and then kill me. Still got to chump off your 1/3. The good news at this point, I guess, is Season of Loss isn't drawing them any cards. Because they had to lose their creatures. They can wipe my board if they have a 5th mana. Okay, they don't. Good game. Yeah, it would have to be a 5th mana. Like, they'd have to draw a land and already be holding Season of Loss, which is a very narrow... There's some sort of board clear in white? I don't know what it is. Sure. I've definitely had better hands in my life, but 3 removal spells, assuming I get a creature... Well, 2 removal spells and a combat trick, and a Death Toucher to make those removal spells better. You know, assuming I get a creature to stick. That's the danger, of course. If I don't get a creature to stick, it's very bad. But if I do, he can just punch the shit out of all these little otters and rats. Yeah, this is all fine. Do whatever you want. I wish Arena wouldn't rat me out for saying... It's like telling... An opponent should know I have a high stride because it held priority for me on turn 1 once they had a creature. And it's now doing it again. And this could be a red, green, or black spell, right? Like I could have Savor. I could have all sorts of things. But since it also held up priority for green, like, if they're paying attention, they should know. And I wish it wouldn't tell them. But, you know, that's life. That's part of playing digital Magic. Yes, of course. Oh, my skunk. He'd be quite strong here. But now he's in the graveyard where I could maybe pick him up someday. Actually, do I have any reanimate? Yes, I have the Bonebind Orator or whatever it is. This is a 3/4. I don't appreciate that. It has Menace and it hits me in the face. Actually, I have so many greens, but I don't know. Yeah, I guess everything I have is green. I should be playing forests. I'm going to give them a fish, because I want a counter on this. Not for any clear reason, but it seems nice. Do I attack here? I'm not really blocking the menace creature next turn anyway, and this way I welcome a trade with it. I think that's fine. Next turn I can Polywallop while still holding up High Stride, of course, so that seems like a decent thing to try. My 2/2 blocks the 1/1s is why this attack was okay. Or at any rate, why I argue it's okay. Flying Taco Bell. There's probably a plane somewhere with a Taco Bell on it, right? It must exist. Let's look that up. Is there a plane with a Taco Bell on? Can I bring Taco Bell through TSA? Taco Bell Airplane? Oh, that's somebody's TikTok username. doesn't seem like it exists. There's also a TikTok person named Taco Bell Plane. Never eat Taco Bell before international flights, someone says. You know, the diarrhea meme. I don't think there is a Taco Bell on a plane. Hey! Oh. Wait, what? That one? It does 3 damage. They're really worried about this getting out of hand. Okay, well It also lets them attack with the 1/1s. I mean, I'm happy with that, of course. Huh. Okay. This is going to be nice, but I don't have to do it right now. Let's Polywall up their big dude. Well... yeah, I mean, I should do it now before they can expend. It would be cute to do this in response to some trick targeting this, but why would they target it with a trick, right? And now, like, can I afford to attack here? I don't really want to use High Stride to kill a tiny little frog idiot. But I also don't want to trade 4 damage to them for 2 damage to me, I don't think. So I think I just have to sit on this. It also leaves me in a position of using this after they tried to kill my thing instead of before, so it's harder for me to get blown out this way. Another one? That hardly seems fair. Okay. Saver, huh? Pretty good draw. Not clear exactly what I'm going to use it on here, but I should keep it. Get down another Death Toucher and double block. Now they can't really attack still with the 3/4. They can keep punching me though by expending 4 mana, and I'm just going to get boxed to death. Gonna finish this up 6/3, I think. I don't have that much removal left. Like, I used almost all of it. Ow. Oh man, their threshold is pretty big too. I mean, I guess I just kill this, right? But like, how do I win? If I swing with this, I just die. I guess what I do is I swing with it and then I have High Stride to be a surprise double block. I guess if I was doing that, I should have swung with this one, right? Getting a little more damage. Whoops. Yeah, missed 2 damage there. They could be at 12 instead of 14. Funny that this middle ability could actually hurt them when trying to expend. No attack. That's... okay, they know I have High Stride, I guess. This is the attack I should have made last turn. Sure. I don't have any way to activate this at the moment, but it's a nice menace blocker. Maybe I could have swung with both, actually. It's only 1 more damage. I don't think that's worth it. Keep playing lands, though. I might be able to spend a lot of mana in the future. A 2/5, no, 2/4 unblockable. That's a problem. But, I mean, I have stuff like Feed the Cycle. I could get back in this somehow. I don't know. They have 2 huge problems for me to deal with. Okay, there's Feed the Cycle. That's something. Okay. It's an instant. I don't even know which of these is a bigger problem. I guess this is 2 damage every turn. And this is 2 damage only when they manage to expend. So this is the one I'm killing. Plus, this is the one I can block if they attack. Yeah. Okay, so if I'm killing this later, there's no reason to do it at sorcery speed. I guess maybe I want to stop here. What are you doing? Surveil 2, draw 2. Jeez, that's rude. Ah, but you didn't this should be expending, shouldn't it? Why is this not expending? Have I not read the expend text correctly? Expend. Player expends on if they play cost. Doesn't say anything about it being your turn. Huh. I don't understand. Okay, before that happens... No, hang on. Because I need this as a blocker. So I actually have to wait till their turn to kill this thing, which is dangerous. Well, I guess I still want to stop here in case something weird happens. So I don't actually want to do anything in their upkeep either. Why isn't this expending? Oh, this only costs 3 mana. Right. It says right here, expend is 3. I told you this could get them. Keep both. Uh-oh. It's kind of scary, don't you think? Well, actually, I guess I should have done it in their upkeep. And then just don't tap this until blocks. Haste prowess. Pretty strong. Okay, I still need to kill this before that, I think. So if they're going to expend here, I have to let them, and they probably are. Ow. Okay, so let's kill... No, oh, hang on. I actually need to forage so I can trigger this. Right. Let's forage. Kill this. That's 2 damage for sure every turn. The smallest cards. and untap something that can block here most cheaply. I don't think it matters. Whatever I choose, they can't kill it. And either way, it has Death Touch. Take 3. Draw. I know. I'm almost dead. But if I had drawn this, I would be dead, right? So... Alright, this is life gain. Are we... Can we make any attacks? I don't think so. Because that puts me to 1 on board. But, I mean, maybe that's fine? No. Even if I attack both, I'm at 1. If I just have these two, I'm doing okay, alright? It's only non-combat damage, so I just need them to miss a few times. Yeah, if I had not made that mistake earlier, and they had been, like when I attacked with the wrong creature, they could be at 7 instead of 9, and then we'd be threatening some serious stuff. I don't think there's any reason to hold on to this, and maybe I... Is there anything expensive I can draw? No. I can't possibly need this. So I guess I may as well bluff it. That's just a 1/1. Doesn't do anything. Oh! Yes! I love this shit. Okay. What can we do with this? I think I need to kill this Heartfire hero, right? Take 1. Oh no, it takes 3! It's non-combat damage. I would die if I killed that. I have to keep letting this in. Which means I should kill this. And I'm not blocking this, so Wick's Patrol is a good enough block. But I can't attack on the ground or I'll die. Okay. So swing with these. Another Wick's Patrol. Oh, I could shrink this! It would... How does that work? Because this actually makes it a -5/-5. So yeah. I can actually stop this. Okay, that is better than killing one of these, I think. The prowess is scary, but not as scary as this. Now, if it had put them... If I had reduced that just to being a 0/0, I'm not sure what would happen. Would I take 2 damage or 0? I think... I'm not sure. Because when something does 0 damage, it hasn't done damage at all. But how do replacement effects feel about that? This is a very rules-heavy video. I'm going to see if I can figure out the rules for that before we go. Okay, so what's the deal with replacement effects? 6/14. Some continuous effects are replacement effects. Look for a particular event that would happen. Effects that use the word instead. Skip. Okay. Yeah, you're telling me what... See rule 609.7 for damage from a source. Okay, that's probably relevant. If a replacement effect would replace an event, but that event never happens, the replacement effect simply doesn't do anything. I think we're going to find that that means, like, if a 0/0 would do 0 damage, like, if it's about to do 0 and there's a replacement effect saying, oh, if it would do damage, do 2 more, I think that means it doesn't do 2. Okay, so it was 60, what was I supposed to look up? 609.7. Some effects apply to damage from a source. For example, next time, blah, blah, blah. 69.7a. Choose a source. That's not relevant, I think. Some effects prevent or replace damage, such as shield counters. No. Okay, this is not relevant. Prevent or replace damage. Okay, well, what was the rule we were just looking at about replacement effects? 614. We don't really have, well, like, there's a rule here for interaction of replacement effects, but there was only one, right? General, maybe? Or damage? Let's look at rule 120. Objects can deal damage. Damage may be dealt as a result of combat, may be dealt as a spell or ability. Damage can have results. Okay, but damage... There's not going to be any more magic. If you want to go, you can go. But I figured maybe I'm interested in looking at the rules, and if you're sticking around and you're interested, you can. Damage is dealt as modified to replacement prevention effects. Abilities that trigger when damage is dealt trigger now. The damage event. Oh, interesting. Finally, the damage event occurs. What does that mean? So, damage is dealt, modified. Abilities that trigger when damage is dealt, trigger now. Then, damage that's dealt has been processed. So, like, that results in damage being marked on something or whatever. Damage dealt to a creature doesn't destroy it. Yeah. Damage marked remains. The source of damage. Here we go. 120.8. If a source would deal 0 damage, it does not deal damage at all. This also means that replacement effects that would increase the damage dealt by that source or would have that source deal that damage to a different object or player have no event to replace, they have no effect. Yes. Okay, I was right. If Wix Patrol had reduced it just down to having 1 power, or 0 power. Well, if 1 power, it would have done 3 to me and I would have died. But reducing it to 0 would have been enough to stop the +2 from doing 2 damage. Okay. Well, a lucky finish. And I'm glad I went and looked up the rules for how that works. We made it! 7 wins. We're squirrel bats. Flying squirrels. Flying squirrels. That's the video title. You guys know that, but for me, I gotta remember. So I'm about to set it. I mean, we got lucky at the end there with Wix Patrol for sure, but the deck had some good cards. I think we could have had a better bats deck. Oh yeah, like, let's sort by color, shall we? What was... Yeah, like, I mean, I guess green is where all my removal spells and combat tricks were. And, like, 2 creatures? It's kind of wild. Out of my 7 green spells. 2 were creatures. And then black was just everything. Yeah, black was very open. I think a Bats deck could have done some pretty cool stuff. But the Squirrels deck went 7-2, so you can't complain. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.